All right. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Breath live stream. I'm your host, Jeremy Tennell, systems instructor and coherence coach. And this week is week 2, day 9 of our 14-week journey entitled The Path of Personal Transformation. This week we are exploring recognition through the lens of self-awareness. Earlier this week we talked about honesty and seeing the patterns in our lives, naming what feels unmanageable. Yesterday, we practiced personal inventory as a tool for examining those patterns. Today, we explored gracious self-awareness. It is important to know how to relate to ourselves once we begin to see the patterns clearly. Because recognition without compassion is self-judgment instead of growth. Growth becomes possible when we learn to observe ourselves with honesty and grace at the same time. When people begin a journey of self-inventory, they often discover patterns they don't like. Maybe they notice emotional reactions we regret, or habits that drain our energy, or ways we avoid difficult conversations, or behaviors that quickly create friction in our relationships. And the first instinct for many people is self-criticism, because they don't like how these revelations about themselves feel. I shouldn't do this. I'm better than this. What's wrong with me? But criticism rarely leads to transformation. Most of the time, it leads to defensiveness, discouragement, and reinforcing negative behaviors. Our egos double down to try and maintain what it sees as a wall of protection. Personal growth requires honesty, but honesty must be paired with grace. A gracious self-perspective recognizes something important. Many of our patterns began as adaptive strategies to harm, fear, and difficult situations. There were ways our mind and nervous system learned to protect ourselves. At some point, those strategies helped us cope with stress, navigate uncertainty, avoid conflict, and manage emotional discomfort. But what was once protected in the moment often becomes patterns that limit us in life. Recognizing that, helping us approach change with understanding instead of shame. In systems thinking, we often observe that systems behave according to the